people like me who have had experienced child sexual abuse, we're not sitting in a corner crying. We're mostly functioning people. We have lives, we do things, but there also is trauma and damage. So it's also that, we're talking about that in the film. The character that Laura Dern portrays is incredibly functional. She has a good relationship with Martin, who Common plays. It's loving, but it's still, there are still cracks in the wall. So this is also a message of the film. We have a lot of misnomers about sexual abuse and sexual violence in this world, and I'd like to start by talking about how complex it is. It's not simple, and let's embrace the complexity and the messiness so we can stop it, and also so we can help survivors. I remember every detail of what happened to me. Instead, it's about how I looked at those memories, and I preferenced the good things that I got, which was attention and love and care, and I felt special. And I chose to remember that and to sort of put down the other things that were very painful, the sex.
It's really special because it's not just, you don't really make your character up. It's really by her memories, and I really like playing that way because you can base what you're gonna play on what she thinks and what she tells you, and it's a really special way of doing it.
At the end of the film, I felt really inspired and happy for Jennifer, and I think watching the film made me be like, wow, this is a movie, but it's bigger than a movie to a certain degree, because it's going to be part of the thing that shifts the conversation.
It's subject matter that people often shy away from, and it's sometimes difficult to talk about, and so you never know. But it feels like they were ready for a movie like this, and to talk about these things, and to go there.
I couldn't make a documentary about this story. There's no evidence, and in the field of child sexual abuse, there never is. There's only two people in that room, so it's a word against another word. So I really wanted to recreate my memory, and also to talk about how my memory was actually protective, because I remembered it as a relationship and as a love story. And it wasn't until my 40s that I began to see the other components that are so dark.
I kept on having to sort of fight this part of me that just would fill with rage at people who do this, at perpetrators of child sexual abuse, and try to tell this story as best as I could, and allow the story and the memories to speak for themselves, and try to play this character from the inside and not from the outside, because from the outside I had a lot of very strong emotions about it, and I couldn't have those and play the character at the same time.
Kind of what Ellen alluded to is it's important that we don't judge and we do dive in from the inside out, because then we can really reach the humanity and in the darkness of a human being, or the light, and all that exists at the same time. And so it just also, for me, in my experience of diving in from the inside out, it just helps me to understand human beings more and see things from different perspectives. So you just have more compassion towards individuals when you go from the inside out, as far as what I've experienced. And this creative experience definitely has been that for me.
And Ellen, I read that you thanked Donald Trump after the Q&A. Would you mind sharing that with us?
Well, I think that tape with him talking about women the way he did was a breaking point. And even though he was then elected, I think that it traveled through the consciousness of the culture and brought an end to protecting people like Harvey Weinstein, or putting up with that kind of behavior from perpetrators, really, and protecting them by not telling them. I think he really brought it into the light, so it couldn't be ignored anymore. So for that, I thank him.